Welcome to .NET Core 5 website development. My video on building a car sales website using .NET Core version 5. To start with, one important thing we have missed is that the price. So we didn't include the price. That is the problem of basically not planning properly before we start the project. So it is a common mistake, but because this is just we are trying to learn, so it is not intended, but it is the way sometimes things happen. If you are working on a project, most likely after sometimes somebody comes up probably higher up and say, okay, you need to do this, include this and things like that. So what we call variations, and so we'll see what we can add. So um, we will add the price to uh, our model. This is the car model, so we will add the price. We can probably have it as an integer. um, because the car prices are not going to be anything. Basically we are looking at sort of the second-hand car market mainly, and the brand new cars, the manufacturers have their own listings. Later if you want, you can make it a larger integer, and we'll start with that. And okay, now we'll start to debug. You will get the error saying the price is not in the database. We'll see. Okay, so it says database operation failed while processing the SQL exception invalid column name price. So in the new version, this is .NET Core, it actually shows the context file. So, and also the commands. Add migration, you can give a name to the migration and also the update database. So in addition to that, you need to use add migration minus context and give the context name, because it has two database context files. We'll see how we can do that. Tools, we'll go to NuGet package manager console. So we will run add. Maybe we should have copied that. Oh, it is already done. Okay, add migration minus context. Context files are here, so you can copy that context file. So it is a DD website context. We can just copy from here. Control C. Yep. Okay, so you need to give a context name. Okay, so we'll give it name, add price. The name doesn't matter, but it is a way for you to remember what is the change occurred in this change. And now we have to run update database. You can run the up arrow key and then change this one. So instead of add migration, update database. Just like in the older DOS version, or you can bring the previous command by using the up arrow key. So it is doing it. It might, okay, so it has done it. So we'll see whether debugging works. So it is bringing up, but it doesn't bring up the price in this file because we have not changed them. So next step is we need to change that. So maybe we will first we will change it in the index file, and it is similar for other files as well. Index file we have done some changes. Because of that, we are not going to create it automatically. Maybe we have to create it manually. We'll see, because some of the changes we have done we don't want to lose. But if you have not done any manual changes like these ones, then you can just do it model in date, and maybe we can put it before the car image. So we'll copy here, Control C, Control V, display for model item dot price, and we'll see. And so it will bring the column addition. We'll see what is the addition of all the columns. 2 1 1, that is 5, and then there is 5, so we have 13. Maybe we will make it 4. Other option, we can bring this brand and the model under each other here. Maybe we'll see how it works. So 5, and we will bring these two together to we'll see how it looks. And yep, okay. Yeah, okay, it looks okay. It says to a answer. Maybe we need to put a HR to bring it into 2 lines. So post done has, okay, so we need to shift this thing. This column must be price. Okay, car model title. Yep, we need to rearrange the headings as well. So that will make it into another line. So, and at the top we have to say we will do the same thing. Now brand and model in one column, we might make it 2. So that is 2. Second one is title. Yep, okay. So, and next one, this one will be oh, sorry, we are looking at the wrong column here. It doesn't matter. Okay, now that column also we need to modify. Yep, so this one is actually the price, so we'll just model the price. Okay, so it is okay. We'll see whether I can edit this to bring up some price. Edit, no, edit field wouldn't have the price because this is the old edit. Yep, so we need to update the edit file to include that. So to do that, we'll see how does the edit file looks. There are too many edit files. We'll delete these two. Just for the argument's sake, we'll keep a copy of that, paste. That is easier rather than doing a whole backup. So we'll have a look at the edit file, and we want to add the price. So change this to price. And now we need to change it in the controller as well. If you look at the edit file, we'll see same thing with the create file. Let me see, we will do first in the edit file. Sorry, edit method is here. So we need to add here price, otherwise it wouldn't receive that value. So we will do the same thing for the create method. Start debugging. We will edit this. Changing the create file is the same, or else you can redo the whole thing, but it is a good idea to keep a copy. So the price is, let me see, $11,000. Yep, okay, so $11,000. We need to format this thing just like we did here, and there are heaps of other fields I want to add, and I will add them. I just showed you how to do it. just by adding the price field. Okay, so I have added numerous fields. So I just made a note. So our new property is added on the 12th, and the price, and in addition to the brand and the model, sometimes there are variants like CSX, like and the number of cylinders and the audio system. We want to change it to a enumerator because we want to be able to describe it maybe only CD player or CD player with uh, or only radio cassettes or something like that. And these fields I am describing as bool. That means boolean. That means either yes or no. Say for power steering, it is yes or no. Dual front airbags, yes or no. Anti-lock braking, things like AC, yes. We could have something like climate control, but yeah, it is up to you. Anti-theft and cruise control, central locking, and like that. Advantage of using bool is the bool uses only one bit in the database. So if you use 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, it will use 1 byte on the in the database. So that means we can save a lot of space, unlike using character or using other using byte, because earlier we were using bytes for uh, using saving space. So this part will use only 1 byte, and like that, it is a way to save the space on the database, and also that will um, optimize the database and increase the speed because it doesn't have to read so many things. And on the other side, I talked about the create view file. So it is the create view file, and I have added the price to that field. And as you remember, in the car controller, we have already added the into the create file, we have added the price here. And now once we as we have added a lot of fields, these things will need to be incorporated into the new files. We'll see how we do it. We'll just see what will happen when we debug. We'll see whether we can use the entity framework uh, to create the required files little by little. So this should bring up an error message because the database operation failed. Yeah, okay, so we will do the same thing as before. Let's see. Okay, and so we'll go to tools, new get package manager console, and we will use add migration. I think probably we don't need to run add migration, it may be already there. Okay, okay, I just cut and paste, sorry, it is only add migration. Yeah. So we'll give it a name, added new fields, and now we need to update database. So it has done it. We'll see. We'll start debugging. Yep, okay, so the file is working, even though we have to change the edit and edit, create, and any other relevant files. We'll see how we can do that. One option, we can go to the controller and we can recreate these files. Right click and add view. I'm not going to do it, but I will show you. Raise a view, and we'll include the model. So this is what we are doing is edit. So we will select edit and then select a model. If you do it that way, it will completely erase the file. So I am not going to do it at the moment. But what you can do is you can copy the content of the edit file as it is, and then recreate the edit file and then paste the previous file part. So because the previous file has only the limited number of properties in that file, so we can copy that part to the newly created file. That might be easier. So I will do that. And okay, now we want to change this audio, this one, to enumerator. So instead of byte, maybe we will create the enumerator first. We will keep all the enumerators in a single file. and add an enumerator. Maybe we will have them at the top, at least by we will use byte because it takes less. If you didn't specify uh, what type of integer to use, it will use a standard integer. So we will say maybe first one is um, radio, and because second we'll say cd, one problem with enumerators is that you can't have sort of like a string. If you want to do it, you can use um, dictionaries. Maybe in a future video we will do talk about dictionaries and we'll see. And so I have just created the enumerator, CD player and audio. That's enough, and we'll see we can put it in this cars file. So we are talking about, so the type is audio and the name is audio. You can use the same name for that, and we'll see start debugging. Because we don't have those things in the edit create file, so it doesn't show up on the details. So nowhere at the moment because we have not created these files newly. So if you take the, maybe we will take the create file, we will delete this old create one. We don't need that. We will copy this create file and then we paste it here itself just as a backup copy. Now we can go to car controller and we'll go to create, and in the create we'll see whether there is no, there is nothing special. So we'll right click, add view. This will override the create file we have at the moment, so that is why we made a backup. So we have to use a model, create, select create, view name is create and the template is create, and the model class is we are going to use car. Okay, and we use a layout page and say add file with the same name exist. Okay, yep, I want to replace. Taking time, wait and see. We need to update this part. If you don't want to update this part manually, you need to uh, do the whole set of files in one go. Okay, so it is created. We'll have a look at the new create file. So this is a new create file. So it has fields, remote key, as all the engine immobilizer. Okay, so these are all new fields. Where is the old one? Starting power steering, cylinders, various. Okay, price. So we had the price. We'll make a mark. So new properties added on 12 just to make. So up to price we can just replace from the old file. Yep, okay, so we have up to price. Maybe easier if we delete that from this file. So we will delete this part. So everything gone from the old ones. Now it is easy to paste from here up to the bottom. We don't want the submit button. Yep. Control C. Okay, should be okay. Now we'll see how is the create method. Oh, sorry, create view. Okay, so click create, and car brand. Yes, you can select the car brand, and the model is sort of where you need to type it in. Title, yeah, okay, and more or less everything is as it is, and the price is there, and the variant is the model. Maybe we need to bring it up to the model area, and the audio, we need to have it as a selection, and these ones have come up all right. And yes, okay, that looks okay. Now we need to add those values to the car controller. So we will add these all the new mm, properties to the car controller. So I have added all the new properties into the create, and then also to the edit, and then in the create file also I have added all the new properties. Um, so I have marked them so that I know which ones I have added lately, and same in the edit file. So I have done it in the edit file as well. Basically, edit file and the create file are almost identical, and in the details file, yes, I have added them as well. Okay, and you can see now, and if you go to the car page, we can see the basic details. Maybe we need to make this thing wide, and then this thing little bit, this area wide and this area shorten. Okay, and the auxiliary information here. So we could have organized this into 3 columns. So whether it has power steering, whether it has anti-lock braking, like that. So, and also maybe we can add a intermediate column in the middle to make it make this set of columns separate from this set of columns. They are only sort of cosmetic work, so we'll leave it for the time being. We'll um, see about paging in the next video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.